As an avid fan of the Tomb Raider franchise, I've thrown myself into every video game of the series. That even includes the offshoot Nintendo games, where she barrels through 2D landscapes. I particularly enjoyed the reboot story that removed the campiness of the beloved, yet cliche action hero mystique to lavish in a more gritty, fish-out-of-element take. By the time a third sequel to the rebooted Tomb Raider trilogy arrived to wrap up the story, I had fallen into a slump of sorts. The game never quite hit the highs of the tight narrative of the first game. The sequels improved in mostly everything else, but the overarching Trinity element never quite panned out. In the new movie, we see an attempt to bridge the gap with most of the game's trilogy plot. Laura is put in a dangerous situation and tests herself against the fearsome Trinity in an attempt to entertain watchers with a chopped up and more digestible 2-hour take on the games. Unfortunately, it falters, as most game movie adaptations, with some shot-for-shot remake scenes for fans that only help to relive the already realistic video game set pieces and adds in chunky, undeveloped plot and dialogue to exposition its way to the next plot beat. There's not much substance to crave when you compare it to the video games, which helps pull out the animalistic yet caring side of Lara Croft as she becomes one with nature and struggles against the odds to save her friends and escape the dangerous island she is stranded on. Instead, the movie feeds us a heaping of crammed together plots from all three movies. Well, games, but you get the idea. The games very much function like movies already, which likely, you guessed, also carries on with the predictable plot of the later half of the trilogy to make a haphazard take on the Tomb Raider franchise. The movie houses a near-sleeping villain whose lines read as if he was fed by a teleprompter. He has the look of a villain and some charisma, but is only bad because we're supposed to see him as bad. Later, his actions finally cement his dastardly behavior, and you can feel for the people under his slave-like control to find the secret treasure he desires. Most sets look decent enough, with a budget that includes a few set changes that kept me entertained until the more dry middle of the movie. Certain camera work during the tomb raiding sections felt 90-esque in their weird angles and goofy action. Other times the action reached down in harsh moments seen in the games, as I gritted my teeth during a narrow escape early in the movie. Other scenes helped to quickly display what type of person Lara exhibits. The big opening deals with an interesting bike chase using paint. The scene was well filmed and used pace jump cuts and a long shot to enhance the action while being clear and precise. The movie's main actor brought her best to the role given the source material and difficulty in acting out such a character and story lifted from a video game. There wasn't room for extra pathos, but for what it's worth, I couldn't see much more she could have done to help the movie. Another actor, the great game's replacement for Laura's friend, is wrapped in one character and given a snippet of comic relief. He was capable in his role and helped add levity to the script without overtaking it. Other parts of the movie, including the music score, sound design, editing, and direction, are flat and lifeless. You're getting another run at a game movie made by a director or studio that would much rather do their own movie, but can't push their ideas to Hollywood without linking it to a set franchise. The movie piggybacks on Tomb Raider's name without bringing much good material to the table. It hustles in the fans of the game and sours them on the way out. Of course, the Tomb Raider reboot movie is not a complete slotch, and there's some entertaining moments, but overall, you're better off watching a condensed video of all the cutscenes from the games. There's just not enough to merit seeing this movie if you're on the fence or killing time. Sorry, Laura, this tune collapsed while you were rating it. 55%.